Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video about making mud runes for some really good gold. It's now an insane moneymaker with the price of mud runes right now being over 700 GP each. It can be fast GP for both low and high level players. In this video I'm going to cover two methods. I'm going to cover the high level method and the low level method, and they'll both be timestamped in the description if you wanted to skip to a specific one. So let's get into this video. Looking at the requirements to do this, the low level method, you only need 13 or higher runecrafting to craft mud runes. Higher is recommended for good pouches though. I'd probably say 50 is probably recommended, so you can use 3 different pouches. This should allow you to make quite a few mud runes an hour. If we're going by what I would recommend, this is for the high level method. I would advise you to have Lunar Diplomacy quest done for 2 spells. The first spell is Magic Imbue. This requires 82 magic and eliminates the need for talismans. So not only does it save you money, it also saves you effort of going and getting loads and loads of talismans. The other spell is the NPC Contact. You can repair your pouches by just talking to the Dark Mage. This requires 67 magic and does save quite a lot of time because it eliminates the need to go to the Abyss and you don't have to go there at all. Anyway, that's the requirements. Let's get into the setup. The first method and setup I'm going to speak about is the high level setup. For your inventory, you can have all 5 of your pouches. Then you can have 20 Pure S, your Lumberyard teleports, water runes, and Steam Battle Staff. The reason why I have my Steam Battle Staff in my inventory is because I have a combined catalyst fragment on my offhand. Whenever I'm banking and I'm filling up all of my pouches, I make sure that the combined catalyst fragment is equipped. This then stops your pouches from degrading as quickly, which is super helpful. So on my bank preset, I make sure the catalyst is there, so then I fill up all of my pouches with it equipped. When I teleport to the Lumberyard, I then switch to my Steam Battle Staff. I have the full Infinity Ethereal set because the chest can hold some runes and then you get all the bonuses from the complete set. You need a binding necklace when making combination runes. I have a large rune pouch with astral runes in it. If you don't have a large rune pouch, you'll have to just take 1 less pure essence and have astral runes in your inventory as well. You can either take a max cape or a toggle zoe. Either the toggle zoe or the max cape can teleport you right next to a bank to make this super quick. And then at the bottom is my ability bar, and that's how I've set up my ability bar for this method. I'm using the same way of banking that Scuzzy does. He has a really good efficient rune crafting guide through the Abyss, and I'm using the way that he done his pouches in that video. I will speak more about how to actually fill up your pouches and why it's on my ability bar as we get into it. We need Lumberyard teleports because they take us straight to the Earth Altar. Lumberyard teleports unfortunately are super expensive and they sell way over what their mid price is. I managed to grab some for around 12k each. You can get them a bit cheaper than this if you don't buy them instantly. You should be able to get them for around like 6 to 8k pretty easily if you buy them over time, but if you want them instantly it's going to cost you a lot of money. I will be factoring this into the GP an hour in profit when I do the method. For this method you want to make a preset. You want to have the gear and inventory setup that I showed. And then you also want to make sure your Beast of Burden is toggled on. So you need to go into the settings of the preset you saved and make sure the summoning icon is ticked. Then you need to go to the Beast of Burden at the bottom of the presets and make sure you save all the pure essence in your Abyssal Titan or anything you're using in order to get it from that as well. If you don't have a high enough level for an Abyssal Titan, you can take an Abyssal Lurker or something like that. So when it comes to banking and doing this method, you need to go to the bank and you need to right click your massive pouch and fill it. Once you've filled your massive pouch, if you press 1 on your keyboard, you can press escape to close the bank quickly. Once you've done this, you can press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your keyboard in order to get it all done quickly. So whenever I'm pressing the stuff, it's doing the things that's needed. As you can see, number 1 is to fill my small pouch. Number 2 is to fill my body. Number 3 is to fill my medium pouch. Number 4 is to take Beast of Burden. After taking from your bob, you can press 5 and 6 to fill both your large and your giant rune pouches with the essence that's just been put into your inventory. Then you just need to go back into the bank, press 1, you can press escape to close the bank again quickly. Then as soon as the bank's closed, you can use your Lumberyard teleport. Once you've used the Lumberyard teleport, you can run south. You can surge whenever you get a clear opening to the altar. Once you're inside your altar, make sure your Steam Battle Staff is now on and you can cast the Magic Imbue spell. This will allow you to just use your water runes on the altar in order to make the mud runes. So it'll make it all from your familiar and your pouches automatically so you don't even have to worry. Then you either teleport back with your max cape or you can use your toggle zoe and go to the fight caves in order to get right next to a bank. And then you just repeat the process. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually super easy to bank. You just run your finger across 1 to 6 and then it will do everything for you. Once you've done that, you then just do your preset again and teleport away. Every trip to make mud runes doing it this method took me around 20 to 25 seconds depending on how efficient I was and if I made any mistakes. Even if you're not very good with banking, it won't take you any longer than 25 to 30 seconds. This then means in an hour you can craft between 11 to 12.5 thousand runes if you're decent at doing this. I know some people that are amazing at banking and super quick with their ticks, they can make around 15,000 runes an hour. But just to keep it realistic, and because I'm not that great either, I can make around 12.5 thousand runes an hour. This would be between 6 to 7 million GP an hour profit. This is also around 130k experience an hour for rune crafting. Like I said, some people can do 15,000 runes, and if you could do 15,000 runes, that's 8 to 9 million GP an hour. Making over 7 million GP an hour while doing mud runes and getting a bit of experience in rune crafting without the need to go through the abyss or have the threat of being PK'd is a pretty decent hourly rate if you ask me. If your pouches do degrade, all you need to do is get a cosmic rune and 2 air runes out the bank. When you cast a spell, it will come up with a load of different people to talk to. You want to go through the list until you find the Dark Mage. If you click on him, it will do a little animation, you'll start talking to him. If you talk to him and skip the conversation, it will come up with 3 options. If you choose option 2 and ask him to repair your pouches, he'll repair them without you having to actually go to the abyss, which saves quite a lot of time. This is the second part of the video and this is the low level setup. As you can see, the low level setup is a lot more basic than the higher level one and the method is a lot more basic as well. You want to take all the pouches you can, so pretend I was level 50 runecrafting and I only had a small, medium and large pouch. I would take all 3 of those. I would fill my inventory up with Pure S except for 2 slots. The 2 slots I don't fill up with Pure S will be an Earth Talisman and Earth Runes. This is because this time we're going to the Water Altar and not the Earth Altar. As for the ability bar, it's nice and simple. I just put the pouches on 1, 2 and 3. For the gear you need 2 things. You either have a Wicked Hood with a Water Talisman in it, or you have a Water Tiara. This will obviously grant you access to the Water Altar. The only other thing you need is a Binding Necklace to make sure you make the combination runes correctly. That's legit it for the setup. If you have any additional stat boosting or maybe the Invention outfit or anything like that, bring that with you in addition to these things. And if you're a little bit higher and maybe you have a 4th pouch, bring that with you as well. They added a bank near the Water Altar recently. When they released Shattered Worlds, there's a bank at Shattered Worlds. This is located in the Lumbridge Swamp. This means you can use the bank at the new minigame spot and then just press 1 to do your preset, spam 1, 2 and 3 to fill your pouches, click on the bank, press 1 and start running north. When you run north, the Water Altar is legit just straight north. There's a couple of branches and bushes blocking your way, so you have to go around those. But it's very easy to get to and very close to the bank. Once you're inside, all you got to do is use your talisman on the Water Altar in order to craft some runes. This will still craft mud runes, but it will consume the Earth Talisman and some Earth runes. This is because we don't have the 82 magic for the Magic Imbue spell. But Earth Talismans are pretty cheap anyway, and it doesn't really cut into the profit that much because we're not using the really expensive Lumberyard teleports anyway. Doing this for an hour will give you around 3.4 to 4,000 runes. This would then amount to a 2 to 2.5 million GP an hour profit. Remember, you could do this at such a low runecrafting level. 2.5 million GP an hour for minimal work is actually pretty damn good. The experience is rather low and it's about 30 to 35,000 runecrafting XP an hour, but it all adds up in the long run. So for example, if you're a low level and you don't really have much to make your bond and you still wanted to get a little bit of experience while making your bond, you could do this for 5 to 6 hours and you'll have a bond ready to go for another 14 days worth of membership. I know you guys like your money making guides, but there's always such a limited amount of things you can actually do in game to make some good money. If you guys let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any money making methods you are really interested in and you think they're really good. If you want me to test them out, just comment them down below and I'll have a look into each of the methods you guys say. I'm sure you guys have some really good hidden gems in there that I can get out and show everyone how good they actually are. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for future content like this and tons of other guides and progress series, all linking into RuneScape 3. Also, like I said before, if you have any other money making methods you would want me to make a video on, let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate all of your guys' feedback. It helps me so much. Goblin Slayers with a Z is my clan. It's open to everyone and anyone, so feel free to ask for an invite there. Feel free to join my friends chat Maikeru in-game if you fancy to chat with me or anyone else in there. Discord and Twitter links will be in the description. If you fancy checking out either of those, you can feel free to click those in the description. And until next time, see ya.